Welcome back to this stream again. I don't know if this will last as long as yesterday or if it'll go as well as yesterday, given that this is usually a pretty antsy day for the puppy dog, but we're going to try to get a few tasks done while we're on today at least, and try to get some more progress in the world because, yeah, why not? Yesterday was pretty good on progress. We got quite a bit of the platform done. We're almost to the point where we're just going to have to replace the stone in the platform with grass, which is pretty good. But we do need to do quite a bit more to get that far. Whether or not this will fully load in or not, I'm not sure. I know it won't quite fully freeze like my PS3 does, but this always concerns me when it does this. Let me in. There we go. There we go. Alright. My PS3, whenever it does a screen like that, is just completely frozen and I have to turn the game off altogether, or turn the PlayStation off altogether. So it always makes me a little nervous when I see that screen. So let's try to finish up what we can on the project we've been working on, which is that platform. I'm thinking we should be able to pretty easily finish it up, but I'm not sure. We already used quite a bit of iron on this project, but that's okay. I was thinking that the giant house idea I had does work decently of a concept, but I think maybe I'll mix it in with some other builds instead of doing just one giant house up here. So like probably like a witchy tower for sometime this month for Halloween themed builds. Maybe like an aquarium at some point, do a library for sure. Those sort of things so that we can make everything a little bit more spread apart and using more of this platform to its fullest. I think that'll be the best way of action for this. What we currently have to do is take out all of this stone, which is going to take a minute, and then we have to take out the stone in the platform below it so that we can put grass in, which is going to suck with iron tools, but I don't really want to use my diamond one since that one doesn't have unbreaking on it and it's my only diamond pick at the moment. I can probably check and see if I have any useful enchants that might help make this a little easier though, like an unbreaking or an efficiency that I can just toss on a diamond pick, since we did get quite a few diamonds when we were last mining, to make this a little bit easier. But first I'm going to use up this iron pick and then I'll see what we can do. So this is going to be a little bit boring, but oh well, we can just chat about random things while I do this like we did yesterday. I still have work to do. I can't really do it during the day, which is why I'm doing streaming instead of work for now, because the dog does not like to listen when it comes to staying out of my workspace area, and she gets really irritable and not good at listening in that section of things. I can keep her out of it by putting up the gate, but putting up the gate just makes her sit by the gate, being really awkward. Hi, welcome to the stream. How are you today? So instead we're doing a stream for a while instead of work, and then we'll do work later when he gets home. And then I have to do... Hi. Everybody be saying hi. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? It's a Tuesday. Tired Tuesday. Hopefully I can finish this damn project today and then we won't have to keep going back to it, but it's definitely a lot of work to get finished. That was a loud car door slam. Good quiet, Nixie. Normally you bark at that. Good job. Good puppy dog. Good quiet. I'm gonna have to sleep already. I didn't know night was this close, or else I would have stayed over by my house for a minute. I just want to use this iron pickup so I can try to figure out if I can do a enchant to get this a little easier and quicker. Because I can do a level 30 enchant while still being able to have enough levels to do more level 30 enchants. There it goes. Alright. I think the other project today, if I do finish this, would be to start on the rail system to the mines. That shouldn't take too long to get put together. Otherwise, I'm not sure what projects we'll be doing. Let's check and see what we have for enchants for pickaxes real quick. I'm breaking 3, which would likely have efficiency on it. I guess we can make another diamond pick and hope that we get efficiency with that unbreaking, and that we can use it for the rest of this project, so we don't have to keep using iron and being extremely slow at it. I'm breaking 3, fortune 3, efficiency 4. Alright, well, since that's fortune 3, efficiency 4, I could combine to make an efficiency 5 at some point. For now, I will put my efficiency... For now, I'll put my used one in the chest, but that means that when my used one, when this one gets a little down in durability, I can combine the two for efficiency... What, 5? Or is 4 the highest? But anyways, I can combine the two to repair it at some point. For now, we will use this, since it has unbreaking, to get this project done a little faster. So we're a little less boring on getting this done. There we go. We also just hit 20 followers on Twitch yesterday. I didn't notice until after I had gotten off, which was pretty cool. Pretty crazy. I mean, I do have... So the thing is I do have like 50 subscribers roughly on YouTube on my old channel that I haven't used in a while. So 20 is like, oh yeah, it's a small number of people. But the difference is, to me, 20 people on Twitch is quite a lot more to me than like 50 people on YouTube, because I make my YouTube videos very specifically edited to be interesting. And multiple of them have like hundreds of views because of that. Versus my Twitch content's just kind of me as is, being wonky and kind of boring and talking about random stuff all the time. So it's a little bit different and a little bit more intense to follow me on Twitch than it is to subscribe to my YouTube. Basically what I'm saying is 20 people following me is pretty insane, and thank you to everyone that has followed me. I am hoping that this project will be done so that we can start with builds over time on it, and then move on from this never-ending, daunting project here that I've always been putting off. This pick will definitely make it a lot easier though. That's cool, congrats. Any followers are really cool, for sure. It's an interesting platform to work with, and it's something that takes a little bit of different angle than most other platforms would for getting followers and getting interaction, so. I'm losing my voice today a little bit. We're almost done with the stone on top, and then we have to get the stone on the bottom to get the dirt in. So it'll all be one big flat dirt platform. Yeah, because then we just have this little patch over here to get, and then we'll start working on getting this stone in here out and getting some dirt in, which means I have to go put the cobblestone away and get some dirt. So let's go do that. Alright, let's go get some dirt before I start mining out this stuff and put away some cobble. That is a lot of cobble. Good thing I'm taking out some dirt, because I'm sure we'll have even more cobblestone. from the project of getting the stone out and replacing it with dirt. I don't know what we'll do with the extra cobblestone. I guess I could do a mob farm somewhere over the river over there. That might be a little helpful because it'll be over water, so it'll help with the spawns a little. That might help with some of my XP and items that I might need. But I'm really not good with mob farms either, so I don't know if I want to build one. Because I'm good with the old school model, which doesn't really work anymore, and you have to optimize it as well so that you don't get spiders, and I'm not good with that part of things. Nixie, what are you getting into, honey? Puppy dog. At least I don't have to switch back and forth for picks, because this has fortune as well for any of the stuff that I come across while I'm getting this done. I'm not going to bother mining much of the copper. The copper's fine. It's easy enough to find when I will need it for any other projects, and I don't use it for projects very often. It'd be useful if they made copper an option for beacons because of how available it is. But then that'd also make beacons really easy to power and create. Take some coal. Geez, this is quite the coal vein. And with fortune, it's going to be a lot of coal. I'm gonna fill most of this back in with dirt so that we don't have a pit underneath it in case I have to dig down for any of my builds. We should be able to pick up the coal once I finish putting down some of this dirt. Pick up some of this coal. Nixie, no. Leave my shelf alone. Get back. There we go. Now we picked up all the coal that we mined. This end over here, and then we have a whole patch of stone that we have replaced already, which is pretty nice. We're gonna have to work in segments of the main part because otherwise we'll get a very full inventory very fast with cobblestone without having any dirt replaced. So let's go about this far in and then fill it in. This is a very tedious task to do. Nixie, relax. Hey. I was telling you to relax before you started barking, not after you started barking, dummy. I know you don't have many brain cells in there, but come on. There we go. We're definitely going to run out of dirt in our inventory very fast, but that's okay. Because we'll have plenty to do. We can get plenty more because of how much we've mined of this. Get rid of this little chunk here. There we go. Now let's take out a little chunk here. This is so much easier with this pick than it was with the iron. We would have been here a very long time using plain iron for this whole project. This is gonna still take a while with diamond, but at least it's a lot easier than it would have been. That's a plus. You're okay, puppy dog. You're okay, puppy dog. Relax. Ow. Nixie, stop it. Stop it, puppy dog. You know how to behave. Alright, let's sleep, let's put some stuff away, and get some more progress, I guess. This'll take a while. I'll do 7 blocks of coal for now. Oh wait, no, I'll do more than 7 because... Can you make blocks of raw copper like you can with iron? You can. Let's do it that way so that that doesn't take up as much space. Let's make some more coal blocks. Those don't take up as much space in my inventory. Put away some flint. Put away some of the cobble. Take out some more dirt. And continue the project. This will eventually look really nice of a platform, but it's going to take some time. I do apologize, because this definitely isn't the best thing to do on stream, but I prefer to keep most things on stream, so... And I figure it gives me some things that I don't need to have much focus on, so I can chat while I continue the task, which helps with keeping up with things. And hopefully this will be done by the end of the stream today, if not sooner, so that we can work on other more interesting projects in the future, instead of having to keep coming back to this. The reason I'm choosing to really hyper-focus on it right now is just because I've been off and on focusing on this project for pretty much every single episode, and just doing little bits of focus has gotten me absolutely nowhere in progress. I mean, we've gotten 6 layers down, but it takes like 14 episodes to do so. So fixating on it for a little bit helps it get done a little bit faster, and then we don't have to worry about it for a bunch more episodes. And I'm hoping this will be a good place to create some base builds and some really cool projects. Although I think the build project, well, I guess I could get my house done. I was gonna say, I think the big build project that I would do before any of the projects on here would probably be the village, so that I can cure zombie villagers soon. But I can probably work on that after I get at least a house done or something. This brings me back to all my creative days when I used to do all my big creative mode projects and absolutely kill my hands trying to use the controller for this long. My hands were even a little sore from yesterday with how much we did of the project, and then I went back to the project today, like, yeah, let's just continue torturing myself, why don't we? Today's stream will probably be a little shorter just because I do want to get to reading some of my books. I think I've mentioned it once before on a stream, but I have a reading goal for the year, and I am obviously approaching the end of the year, so I have to work on that a little bit more since I've been behind on it a bit. But I have enough books to finish my reading goal, I believe, since I got a bunch of free books and cheap books in the last few days from the local bookstore and from library discards at my local library. But I'm not entirely sure how long that'll take me to finish that goal. I just want to get a little bit more progress on it. This will give us some of that XP back from making this pick, which is nice. And coal is always useful, because every time I don't pick up coal, I run out of it. But yeah, the reading goal is 75 books, since last year I read 60 books without having much of a goal at all. And I believe I'm about 40 books in or so, because I didn't read for the majority of this year since my brain has been pretty funky. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done before the end of the year. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's just more of a personal accountability and kind of like pride thing. And I have enough books to finish it. I just have to kind of pick and choose both my time and make sure I read a lot more. But of course, every time that I want to read, I'm also like, well, I should probably stream since I haven't streamed in a while. So I have to find a balance somehow. I would read during the mornings when I don't stream, but during that time the dog is supposed to be asleep, and she will only sleep in bed because she naps in the bed from like 6 in the morning until noon-ish, 11-ish. And every time that I've tried to use like my book light or something so that I can leave the light off for her, she gets very confused by the concept of the book light and very angry at it. So I don't know, we'll figure a balance out at some point. Let's do this little patch over here. I do also want to play on the world that we were going to make into a multiplayer world, but we haven't, him and I haven't played in a while, and that's where he was doing the build and I was trying to get some stuff done on it. I haven't really played Minecraft with him in a while. So that's why that world got put on the back burner for a bit. Trying to make an even line across where I have filled in. That's why I'm going all the way across with this. So that we have an even line of where, So we have an even line of where we filled in. Jeez, I am bad at filling this in from above. That's a pretty horse. I think we have one like that, though. I need to stop collecting horses. I need to actually name the ones that I have. And I haven't named the ones that I have, and I keep collecting more. But they're just so pretty. Same reason with why I have like 50 bumblebees on one world. In one small area of the world at that. It's very lag-inducing, but they're pretty, and I like them. This pick might last this entire project okay. It's barely making a dent in it so far. I forgot how good Unbreaking 3 is on diamond tools, because that other one's pretty low, but that's because it doesn't have Unbreaking on it. Alright, puppy dog, you want to rest on me? You can rest on me. I was just moving my legs so you can rest, that's all. No? Okay. I definitely do have a little bit of a voice funkiness going on today. My voice is kind of half lost for some reason. I'm not sick. I mean, it's probably just kind of impact of the change of weather. We haven't turned the heat on in the house yet because for the most part the other people's heat heats up in here pretty well since we're all like side to side to side. And I prefer the cold for the most part. And also I don't know if my heater works or not because they were supposed to come back to finish fixing it and they never did. So I don't know if it works properly without leaking because we have radiator heat and it was leaking water and they had to change something inside of it, and then they got here and they made the dog bark like crazy for pretty much no reason since they didn't have the right part, and they were like, oh, we'll get the right part and we'll come back here, landlord will like schedule it or whatever. And I never got any other information about it, and it never got scheduled, and they never came back, so I don't think it's actually fixed. I think it'll still leak if I use it, so that's why I haven't bothered touching it yet. I mean, I can turn the upstairs heat on since that one doesn't leak, but the upstairs is even more pointless to turn the heat on since all the heat from downstairs rises up anyways. And up there's a little bit better insulated with the curtains and everything up, so I don't know. I'm not cold enough to really bother with heat yet. The only thing that's really cold is my feet, and I have thick insulated socks somewhere to use if I get cold enough. I just haven't bothered to yet. This is gonna be too much cobblestone for my own good. There you go, puppy dog. You can use me as a rest. That's okay. Once I start doing builds on this also won't be a mob hunting platform, so that'll kind of suck, but oh well. We can just go over to the other side of the island whenever we need to mob hunt, probably, and hunt over there. Especially since any creeper holes won't really bother me over there anyways if I blow up any creepers on accident. Trying to fill in some of this before I have to go over to sleep. Let's go sleep, because that's like 4 creepers in a row and a bunch of zombies, and let's just not deal with that. That is a lot of cobblestone that I don't know what I'll use it for, but it's there nonetheless. Let's do that. Let's make these into blocks. Put it in there. Let's put away the flint. We're going to need new food soon as well. I don't think I'll continue using bread. I just use bread since I traded for a lot of it from the villagers. Let's start squaring off this end too. Let's do from like here over and fill it in. Try to make square edges for everything so that I can do this a little easier. Because once it becomes all square edged, it's a lot easier to just kind of go around the edges of it and mine out and then fill it in, and then mine out and then fill it in a much quicker pattern. Versus all this wonky shaping where I have to kind of figure out where I'm going before I can do it. This isn't gravel, right? I don't think this is gravel up here. I hope it's not, because I don't have a shovel and that would be a lot of gravel to deal with. No, I think that's just andesite. Yeah, that's just andesite. I will pick up the coal last because that's going to take the most of my inventory. We'll get this part sectioned out and filled in, and then we'll deal with the coal and all the rest of it. I really shouldn't use fortune on the copper, but I don't feel like switching to an iron pick every time I see a few pieces of copper. And I can make it into blocks so it takes up less space in the chest. No. I did pick block and also moved over to the dirt at the same time because I realized it was right next to where my slot already was. So that just made it a little wonky in the response. I really don't like that I'm losing my voice today. I could have done a silent stream like I've done once before, but I didn't really feel like it. And the last time we did a silent stream, I had the entire next half of the next stream silent as well on accident because I forgot that I had my mic muted. So, I'd rather not have a repeat of that incident. That's a pretty intense topic. That's a topic that could get me rambling quite a bit because that's pretty intense. I think a lot of issues in surrounding mental health are really different for different areas. Like, obviously the US handles it far differently than other countries. So I would more so be speaking only on the US and on my personal experience, as well as what I've seen, more so than anything else, which isn't the most unbiased situation or opinion. Hi, welcome back. It's 1 a.m. for you again, and you're back again. I'm alright, how are you? I was just about to talk about mental health and how that's being handled, because that's a really interesting and very intense topic that'll take me a while to break down. You have a lovely sleep schedule, I see. Yeah, as far as how mental health is being handled, there's a lot of mental health professionals that really don't know what they're doing, but there's plenty that do know what they're doing. So it's hard for me to say much on it because I have unfortunately been stuck with usually the former, not the latter, of usually people that don't know what they're doing. And I've been in and out of therapy for the greater half of my life. since I'm 20 now, and I believe the first time I started getting into therapy was 8 years old, 9 years old, somewhere around there. So it's been a minute. There's been plenty of issues with the mental health system and with stigmatism. I mean, I know of a lot of stigmatism surrounding mental illness, partially because I have a cluster B disorder, which is pretty heavily stigmatized in much of the world and much of the US. Oh, there's a kitty cat. Kitty cats are nice. My cat's somewhere. I don't know where she is. She disappeared. I think there's a lot of reform that has to be made, but I also think the reform won't be made for a very long time because much of the mental health industry in the US is based off of medication, and since most of big drug, big pharma control most of our income, most of our politics, a lot of other things like that, there won't be much change for quite some time, since that won't be anything that changes. It's just kind of a fact of life that big pharma controls a lot of stuff. And as long as big pharma controls those things, there won't be much change as far as actual progress instead of just medicating things. Which is why I haven't gotten much help as far as my disorders, since most of my disorders aren't exactly easy or able to be medicated, since autism has very different reactions to most drugs, and there aren't any actual drugs that would really help with anything as far as big pharma. Other than that, I don't know. I did not start any of the shows that you guys recommended yesterday. I have them in my brain. I know I need to look into them. I am currently still rewatching Supernatural and finishing that. And I also started watching... What did I start watching? I started watching another one of Netflix's short series with him last night. I don't remember the name of it. But I did not start any of the shows that you guys told me to start. I am guilty. But I do need to remember them, because they do sound good, and they're on my list. I have a very long list of media to watch, and I haven't gotten through anything. I am definitely not watching the Jeffrey Dahmer show. That's not happening. I have no issue with horror things, and I have no issue with killer documentaries and things, but the Jeffrey Dahmer show they made is not okay. Not okay. That is re-victimizing the trauma of people that are still living and making it into your own profit, and that's not okay in any way, shape, or form. Netflix went way too far with that, and they do not care because they made money off of it. So there are plenty of killers that don't have victims that are still alive, and families that are still alive that have still dealt with that trauma and still need to deal with that trauma that they could have profited off of and made the story out of. I definitely think killers and their history is very interesting, but I don't think it's okay to re-traumatize their victims' families just because you want profit. Because the victims' families did not know this was even going to exist until it came out, and it is extremely traumatizing for them, and that's not okay. There are plenty, like I started saying, there are plenty of killers that had victims that lived decades ago, and that families have already processed that trauma and know that there will be shows and movies and things made off of those killers, because that's what happens in our lovely media that obsesses with anything serial killers, that they could have chosen to use instead of Jeffrey Dahmer, and they chose to use that. So I don't know, it's just it sits weird with me. It's not something that feels right, but I'm not going to, you know, like tell people not to watch it or anything, because I know it's definitely an interesting show to people that like to learn about serial killers and stuff like that, but there were ways to do it correctly, and that was not one of those ways, I think. But that's on Netflix, not on people watching it. Now that's out, who the hell cares? Because they ain't gonna change it. Geez, yeah. I don't know. That was kind of... I paused on the mental health topic because that's pretty intense. The summary of things that I could say on that would be that currently in most of the mental health system, medication is prioritized over help and health. For example, if you get put into a psych ward, you're medicated before you're actually helped with therapy and things. if you are put into a psychiatrist's office, they're going to work more on what meds they can give you than anything else. Yeah, that show's a little funky for sure with how it's working, but yeah, that's Netflix for you, because Netflix will try to make money off of literally everything that they can and get away with it. So, but also, I don't know much about mental health systems in other countries, because I know the US works really hard on trying to medicate people instead of actually work on problems. But I don't know other countries much, obviously, so the US would rather use a medication to cover up a problem than actually deal with said problem, and a lot of our mental health issues come from the US being an absolute crap show most of the time. So, but you know, this is the song that never ends. That's a fever dream show, actually. I don't remember what that show was. That song was from. That was a, 80s or 90s kid show that I used to watch. I don't have school anymore, but I did used to have school about, well, the last couple years of school I had online school, so I didn't really have any specific timing. The time when I was in-person schooling, I had school from about 7:15 in the morning until, or 7 in the morning until 2:15. And then also we had a schedule for a while that was 6 in the morning until 2:15, and then we had a schedule for a while that was 7:30 in the morning until like 3 o'clock. The schedules changed a lot in my school. I was in-person school from kindergarten through the beginning of 10th grade, and then I went to online school because, well, that's a long story. And then on online school, I just kind of had my own schedule since it was completely independent based, and I had no due dates for most things, and if I didn't do something, well, then I just didn't do it. For our school, or for at least our area, the school system was based more so off of accumulated hours than accumulated days. So they figured out a way to make it so that we could have school from like the beginning of, when did we go into school? Like September, August, whatever, August I think. From like August until early June, and we'd have it from like 6 or 7 in the morning, depending on which schedule it was at the time, until 2 p.m. It was partially because there's been a lot of studies that have shown that getting out of school later doesn't really do a lot. It also would like interfere with a lot of kids' schedules and interfere with trying to do like sports stuff, so they changed it to that. And as far as why, I don't know. Everything's funky with school systems. Public school systems are all absolutely atrocious. There's no real like other way about it. That's just, public school systems are just absolutely atrocious. They're not doing well. So I mean, if you had my schedule for when I was online school, you wouldn't be as jealous, but yeah, that was more so because I just didn't keep up with things. My online school schedule ended up being like, I would be working on schoolwork from like 11 o'clock at night until 2 in the morning, because my brain operates a lot better at night, and I would like put everything off for way too long and realize I had way too many assignments to do and do them all in the middle of the night for a few hours and try to get everything done. So at that point I would have preferred the regular school schedule, but it is what it is. My school was also pretty behind with a lot of things, so I don't know as far as why we had the schedule we did. We also were one of the worst schools in the district as far as testing scores, as far as what we were doing for curriculum and everything. One year I moved schools like middle of the year because I had moved houses to a different town, and I was completely lost when I moved schools because I had no clue what they were talking about. I had no clue what the curriculum was. They were expecting us to know cursive, which is something that our school didn't even try to teach kids. That sort of thing, like the math was way above what we were learning in school, all these sort of things. I caught on semi-quickly, but for the most part it was way better of a curriculum than we had. So Yeah, I get that. That's why I was kind of just joking about your sleep schedule, because I get that. That's how my brain is a lot of times. I literally have to have an allotted nap time because I can't stay asleep at night or go to sleep at night very well, so it is what it is. I like cursive, but this was like 3rd grade that they expected us to know cursive, and at that time, the school that I had come from hadn't even started trying to teach us cursive in any way, like hadn't even brought it up, so I had no clue what I was doing. I ended up having to be in like a special ed class for that because of the fact that my school was so far behind with curriculum and had put me at such a disadvantage in the new school. I think I ended up moving out of that new school fairly quickly anyways, because that was also another long story. I moved a lot as a kid, so that was one of the only times that I moved far enough away from my hometown to have a different school for a short period of time. But we weren't at that house very long, so yeah. I could definitely tell the story of all my moving and school stuff, but that's like a very intense long story, and that's probably quite boring, so yeah. No, he does not. I stream when he's at work, and he doesn't really show much interest in learning about my streams at all, so he doesn't even like have Twitch on his phone whatsoever, or have a Twitch account to even look at any of my Twitch videos or anything. The only time that he is on my streams is when I stream later during the day and include him because of the fact that usually if I'm streaming when he's home, he's also playing. But even then, he's more so just listening to me blabber to people and can't, like, really do anything else. If he's playing with me, he'll usually make comments from beside me that the mic will pick up once in a while, but other than that, that's about it. I haven't streamed with him playing in quite some time because him and I haven't played Minecraft in a very long time. Things are a little wonky with that side of things, but it is what it is. But yeah. I do have another world on his account that was going to be the multiplayer world for my Twitch streams, but I only really stream it like later when he's at home, and we haven't really played when he's home in a long time. I don't think we will this week either because I have to do work later when he gets home, and then tomorrow we have to bring the dog to run, and then Thursday I think we'll be doing pumpkin carving, which I might try to stream from my phone, but I'm not sure. And then I don't know what Friday is, or what the weekend is. So, everything's been a bit busy. For the most part, besides when I'm home alone during the day, everything is pretty much planned out at all times. Oof, that's a hard one. I think my typical old answer would have been time traveling back in my past to fix a lot of things in my past, but a lot of things in my past aren't exactly fixable as much as I would want them to be. And then of course, me being the mythology nerd, I would love to learn about like ancient Greek, ancient Egyptian cultures, that sort of thing, but those were definitely not good times to live and exist, so I don't know. Time travel is interesting. I think I would more so choose to use it to learn about things that I like and that I have interest in than try to fix regrets, because everything is a regret at all times, and there's not much you can really do about it. And also, if I fix regrets, then that changes the entire course of my today life, so that'd be really wonky. And I don't know. Yeah, time travel often is regrets for people. I think if I could time travel and fix much of my life, I would, but the problem is that there's no specific part where I could fix it because my trauma and personality disorder was developed from a very young age. My issues with relationships is like 20 different issues that I could fix / couldn't fix. There's no real pinpoint for how to fix that. Obviously, I can't change that I'm autistic, and I never really would. Yeah, I don't know. yeah, that's my point of, like, if I change something that I regret, I think it would change a lot of things that I don't regret as well. So, I don't know. Maybe I'd just time travel back to be able to see my papa again, because I don't remember his face anymore. And that would be nice to be able to remember his face. He was a very important role model to me growing up. And I don't remember his face, because I also had a lot of trauma at that time. And my memory is absolutely shot. So, who knows? Let me sleep. Haha. I just have to tell it to let me sleep, and that's how it lets me sleep. I like Minecraft sunsets, they're cool. Minecraft sunrises aren't as interesting, though. Real life sunrises are interesting. I've seen quite a handful of them in my time, because, again, sleep issues are fun. I try not to see any more in my time, because then I will sleep throughout the entire rest of the next day, but yeah. I live in a state in New England of the United States called New Hampshire. Most people from other areas don't always know it. It's just a little New England country state. Like, by country state I mean we're kind of backwoods, so we're kind of, most of my state is hillbillies or city people, and there's no real in between. We get some really good seasons, and we have a really crap minimum wage and some pretty crap laws and regulations, but that could be said about just about any state in the US, so I don't complain about it too much. And I make quite a bit more than the minimum wage from working from home, so yeah. But, town-wise, I won't get into that, but I live in a smaller town region of that state, and I have lived in the same town for most of my life. I moved out of it recently in the last few years, so. Rome is very interesting, and Assassin's Creed is a game I've seen a little bit about. I'm very into mythology, so Assassin's Creed falls into that kind of range of things. Roman and Greek mythology is really interesting, and Roman and Greek myth and times are very interesting, but going into time period wise, it would be a little bit rough. I haven't played it, no, but I have seen other people play it for a while, off and on times. It's definitely an interesting game. It touches on some interesting mythology that I know about. I think he has a few of the games that he plays for Assassin's Creed. I don't remember which one he was on, but he plays it quite often. I think he's on, I don't remember. I think he's playing their Viking / Norse mythology one. I can't talk today. If I remember correctly. For the most part, from what I've seen, it is actually fairly based on mythology in a way. At least from the Norse that I've seen, and from snippets of the Roman and Greek pieces, they do actually have some fairly decent basis in myth. Granted, myth isn't necessarily true, but they do have some fairly decent historical basis, from what I know at least, because I really love historical ancient Greek and ancient Roman stories and myths and time. But mythology at least means that it connects to historical tales. Mythology, it's a big argument whether mythology was actually real or not, because that's kind of the story of the deities and heroes and things of those times. Plenty of people believe that it was true, plenty of people don't believe that it was true, so it's kind of a whole mess, but it at least means that they tie into actual stories from the time period, which is a lot more than some games could say for trying to tie into history, so it's all complicated. I definitely believe a lot of mythology was true and a lot of deities were actually there in that time, but a lot of people don't believe that, so I don't know. It's a whole mess. Everything about history is a whole mess at all times. This pickaxe might not last this whole project, actually. I'm realizing pretty quickly. Wandering trader, let's see what he has. Ooh, that's a pretty horse. I can't collect more horses. What's this, moss, I think? Yeah. I don't need moss, I don't need any of that. See if this will ever finish off before I can lose my brain on this. Last of Us, I have heard of it, I have not played it. I have seen bits and pieces of it. It definitely seems like an interesting game, and I am curious about it, but I have not played it. As far as games, I really haven't played a lot of video games. I have mained Minecraft for so many years that I don't really do much else. Partially because of not having time to do things, and partially because I just don't end up playing them. But Last of Us definitely looks interesting, and it's something that I was curious about, I just haven't gotten into. Same thing with, what's the other one I was looking at recently in the PlayStation Store? Life is Strange. I was looking at Life is Strange in the PlayStation Store. Because you can get the first couple episodes, or the first episode for free to check it out. I don't know, I just like kind of odd games that, like, look interesting and seem like they'll be a good time, but I never really end up getting into them much. My worry is that if I get into another game, I'm gonna get sucked into it, because I've seen people get sucked into games, and because I'm definitely the type of person to get sucked into games, and I don't have the time or energy to do so. So, like, for example, The Sims used to suck me in so bad. I have The Sims 3 on my PlayStation 3 still, and God, I cannot touch that, or else I will spend like 4 hours absolutely not paying attention to anything around me on playing it. So I have a tendency to get sucked into games too much, and I know that, so I try to avoid games that I get sucked into, or that I could get sucked into, so I can continue functioning as a normal human being for the most part. That's the fun part of ADHD and addictive issues, so. Or I guess the not fun part if you don't like getting sucked into things for hours on end and losing most of your life, but you know. To each their own, it depends. And the game's lagging. There we go. Game decided to just completely lag out on there for a second. That is so much copper from one singular block because of Fortune 3. My ADHD shows up a lot in how I get fixated on things and how my brain processes things. Hopefully within a couple weeks I will be medicated for what's going on to some extent, so that I don't have this intensive brain fog and issues, and it'll maybe help me make things be a little more organized, but I'm not entirely sure. I've been trying to get an appointment to get medicated for over a month, or over 2 months now, and they've rescheduled it twice, and it's quite irritating, so yeah. For further context, I am almost constantly in pretty major state of brain fog / migraines depending on the day. So that's why things get a little wonky on this version of things. Like, as far as keeping up with streams and keeping up with things in life, it gets a little difficult, but I'm not here to complain, I'm just here to exist. So I'm dealing with it as best I can. That's actually why I started streaming, was because I was in such an intense, that's really sweet, and I'm happy to chat with you. You're really nice to talk to, and it's nice to talk about random things and have some time chilling out for a while. Granted, it's very late for you for us to be chilling out talking about random things, but thank you for that, though, really. That's really sweet, and I appreciate it. And I'm glad that that could be a thing, because that's kind of my whole goal with it, was I wanted to just have a place for people to feel safe and have a fun time. The reason that I even started streaming was because I was in a really deep rut of things mentally, and I really needed something that I felt safe in and that I had a way to escape with, so I wanted to also create that for other people. So, and for now, I'll be sticking around for a while, so it'll continue. What doing, puppy dog? What doing? What's your matter? Come here, puppy dog. Why you give me a look? I don't need kisses. I don't. Come here. You can come here. You want love? Hi, babies. You can lay down. Hi, babies. Puppy dogs. I can't remember the tune that I'm trying to think of. It's a tune from an old Disney movie. I usually have it stuck in my head, but for now I can't think of it. Oh, that's a hole. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's hard. I know that feeling, but that's really hard to deal with. Online friends are really good, though. Like, having genuine online friends is what saved me through a lot of my, like, middle school and early high school life. So I'm not judging the fact that you have an online friend. I just know that it sucks to only be close with, like, 1 or 2 people. I do have Discord. Do I use it very often? Not very, but I do have it. Ah! Oh god, screw this. I didn't know that was pillagers. Get me out of here. I don't like pillagers. Get them out of here. If we have something like that spawn when I'm... If we have something like that spawn when we have an actual village, that will be the death of us. I will eventually work on making and screwing around with things to do with Discord servers. For sure, especially if my channel ever does continue and grow a little bit more. I just will have to figure out, I'll have to look into it and look up some tutorials and find a couple friends that have made servers to figure out how to navigate it, because it's definitely not something that's my strong suit. I'm in a couple Discord servers and that will give me some ideas for what to do, but as far as actually setting it up, I'll need some help with it, but it will be a thing in the future, for sure. Do you really need to chug water right now, puppy dog? Jesus, okay. Yes, I'm judging you. You're chugging water out of the blue goober. She's a very expressive little puppy dog. Not so little puppy dog, she's 70 pounds. Hey! Her name is Nyx. We call her Nixie. She's a little bit of a handful. She is now, almost 10 months old. So she's not quite a year old yet, and she's quite the little handful, but she's learning over time to be a little bit better. I actually didn't know there was a team that was similar, but no, we named her based off of the goddess, Greek goddess, because I had the freedom of choosing her name, which meant I was going to choose something Greek mythology related. NYX, goddess of the night / also goddess of magic in some of the myths. And then Nixie being also technically similar to like the water mythological creatures, if I remember correctly, Nixies. Yeah, I have a lot of, I'm a mythology nerd, so a lot of my stuff ties into that. What are you doing? Hey, no, you cannot chew the kitty cat tower. That's rude. The kitty cat only has one tower. She doesn't need you chewing it up. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people that have allergies to like dogs or cats that they like absolutely hate that they have that allergy. My one of my friends growing up was really allergic to cats, and she always would come over and we had cats at the house, so it was like really difficult to deal with, and I felt so bad for her most of the time. Yeah, literally, like, what the heck. Hey, cats are better, so at least like cats are nice to have, but I think technically if it's mild enough of an allergy, there are ways to like have allergy meds or allergy stuff to deal with it, you know, or have a less allergenic dog, like some of the more hypoallergenic dogs, as far as less shedding and stuff. But I don't know much about allergies. I weirdly have like absolutely zero allergies that I've discovered thus far in my lifetime, so yeah, I gotta love that. Nixie, no, that's my blanket. Don't you start tugging on it. That's rude. Yeah, they definitely were like not a fan of being at my house, but they would still come over all the time anyway, so I don't know. Nixie, what are you trying to get at down there? We're getting pretty close to the finishing line of finishing this project, which is amazing because I didn't think I would be able to finish this project today. But I have. Her little whines in the background. Yeah, she makes goofy noises all the time. My favorite noises from her are her excited noises that she makes, which are like grumble growls. If you've ever heard huskies talking, she talks really similar to a husky when she's excited, where she starts like making grumbles and yells and everything else under the sun. Nixie, stop chewing that. Hey, come here. Come here. Nixie, come here. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, good girl. You relax. Yes, you relax. Oh, I know. It's such a rough life being a puppy dog. It's so difficult. I know. Pokemon? Gotta catch them all. I used to play Pokemon. I haven't played anything Pokemon related in a long time. I know some people that still pretty intensely use Pokemon Go, which is like the definition of a pay-to-win game, but I used to play Pokemon Go as well. I do not sing very often. That is not a thing that's gonna happen. Singing is not my strong suit. I hum here and there on stream, but singing is not my strong suit. Like, when I have something stuck in my head, I'll hum a little bit on stream, but other than that, I'm all good. And most of the songs that I could actually sing that would be in my vocal range are a little depressing, so it wouldn't go that well. I know no one's gonna judge me, obviously, but I'm all set for singing. Nixie, what are you doing? She's probably starting to ask to go out, even though she can't go out for another hour, roughly, at the earliest, because we have a schedule that she has to stay on. Nixie does not want me to sing. She hears my singing enough when I'm dumb and bored. I think she is telling me not to sing it, actually. I think that's the whine of mom, please don't sing at any cost. Nixie girl, hey, get out of there. Get out of there. I don't think that's gonna work. Shh. She whined, that doesn't count. She's just whining to whine, she's not barking. Oh god damn you, dog. Of course you bark at something outside, you jerk. You jerk. Of course that's the timing that she barks at something outside. Good god. Ay ay ay. Nixie, no. You do not know what you're instigating without even meaning to. Hey. Nixie, shush. For one, shush, because there's nothing to bark at. Shh. The universe is not telling me to sing. The universe has heard enough of my singing. Nixie, hey. Stop it. Stop it. You're gonna piss our neighbors off and they're not gonna be very happy with us. No, the universe is not leading to anything. Oh, I need more dirt to finish this. I mean, she is named after a god, but I would be very surprised if she was actually one with any gods, considering she's pretty stupid. I love her, but she's pretty stupid. Don't bark at me for that. You're stupid. We know it. Hush, little girl. Yeah. Suddenly I have lost my voice. By some sudden miracle, I have lost my voice and my capability to sing. She's not a good girl for barking. Thank you. She did, but we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. It's freaking, there's a delivery truck or something outside and she's barking at the noises it's making. All that dirt and I am one short. Oh well. Nixie, relax, honey. Lay down. It's just a delivery truck outside. You are okay. Shh. Relax, baby girl. You're okay. You're alright, puppy dog. You're alright. No, you don't need to bark. You're okay. Don't you look at me like that. You're okay. Alright, there we go. We finished the project. We finished that project at least. Come here, puppy dog. Come here. Stop looking for something outside. You're fine. I need some more wood in my inventory. And now I need a bunch of cobblestone to do the other project that I need to do. Let's do all this cobblestone and let's start on that real quick. Horse. Pretty horse. I am choosing to ignore you for a minute. I am not going to sing right now. She did bark like 29 times, and that was not for me to sing, that was for her ego of wanting to bark. Because now she's playing with her toy. Perhaps eventually, but not at the moment. It's not the universe. I'm telling you that. It's definitely not the universe. It's something, but it ain't the universe. It is not the universe. The universe is tired of me, I can guarantee you that. The universe is just tired of me in general. I'm tired of it, it's tired of me. We have a mutual agreement. This is going to be a railway, that's why I'm building a random cobblestone line. I will take the black hole. I am tired. The black hole isn't exactly a threat. Black hole sounds like a nice nap. I hope I grabbed enough cobble to do this, or I will scream. That's an interesting and odd question. I'm pretty sure for the most part it gets, like, buried and burned and crap, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know how people handle sewage. Nixie will be very happy in a few days when her stuff comes in. Chemistry? Isn't chemistry technically the term for studying of, the elements and how, well, it's a variation of science, so it's a specific study of science. I took chemistry twice, and I still don't like it, so... May I ask you may I ask you a question? It might be a little invasive, so you're technically allowed to avoid the question if you want to. I was just curious how old you are, because I have said my age a few times, but I was just curious how old you are. I won't be creepy about it. I don't care, and you don't have to answer. Study of matter would be a correct description, yes. Breaking Bad is teaching you all the good stuff, evidently. Ah, fair enough. I was making a half bet with Elliot the other day, because I figured, judging by a few of your topics, that you were mid or somewhere in the teens. I don't mind, really. I'm not gonna be, like, annoying about it or anything, but I was just curious. Also, it's just setting in that you have to go to school until 4:30 p.m., which is ridiculous. Why is that a thing? Your school is pretty torturous. Do I have enough cobble to finish this? Public school is just torturous in general, though, to be fair. Public school wants us all to just perish. The dog is now licking my foot, and it's not nice. That is very weird, dog. Even starting at 6:30 too? Jeez, that's ridiculous. That's like a really long duration. Alright, am I gonna die from this fall? Do we think I'm gonna die from this fall? Maybe if I back up to the little bit higher platform? I don't think I'm gonna die from this fall. I can't tell. Would I die from this fall? I'm gonna go jump on that tree just to be safe. No, I'm gonna be safe. I'm scared. I'm a pansy. I'll do it this way. I took about half my health, so I would have taken about half my health, but I don't have depth perception. Don't bro me. I want to be safe. I don't want to die. I uncrouched when I meant to crouch. That was intelligence at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very intelligent, I swear. Definitely someone that graduated with A's. It's definitely showing right now in my performance in Minecraft. I'm just trying to get this stupid thing down, and I mined the damn one that I was standing on that was one thick. I love that for me. Again, intelligence at its finest today. I have 2 bread left and I am at half health. We're just dying. My rough bet was somewhere in the early teens, so about the same. I don't particularly care how old people are anyways, but that was mainly because you were talking about school, and the way that you were talking about school was, or the way that you're talking about school and a lot of your struggles friends-wise and social life-wise were the same struggles I went through in like middle school / early high school, so that's kind of where I was sitting on that. Not saying that they aren't valid struggles, just saying I also struggled with them more so in like middle school and stuff, so that's why I thought of it. Oop. How are you done with school at 14? You will not die from school, I promise. I don't like it. I did not like it at your age either, very much at all, but I promise you will make it out okay. And that's not patronizing, that's just like, you're gonna be alright. I get that. I was there, and that's kind of where I was at that time too, but it does get easier. Not something that you want to hear, I know, but it does get easier. Although I suppose technically you would want to hear that things get easier for most things, but I'm not saying that school doesn't suck, I'm just saying it will get easier in time. I know that it sucks, and I also agree that it was something that I didn't want to be in when I was at that time either, but it does get easier, and it does get a little better in time at least, which helps some in making it a little less torturous. I don't know what I'm doing right now for this damn railroad system. It's not going well. It has to make it like down into the cave is the problem. Because I don't want to have to go all the way to the surface to get to it. I did not have braces. I had a retainer for quite some time. And I was meant to have braces, but my parents refused to finish paying for them / dealing with them, so I did not have braces. How am I gonna do this? How do I... I'm sorry, that's quite difficult. That sounds quite difficult, I mean. I think I can do it like this. I'm blocking off my own way out as well as the problem though, for normal climbing out. Because these both have to have... Yeah. I guess I could do it that way. No, I can't do it that way. I have to do it this way. Down, turn, turn, down, turn. Okay. This is frustrating. If I had a water bucket, it'd be easier because I could place based off of the water bucket. But I cannot do that. Yes, I am mostly good with math, or at least I used to be. Whether I'm still good at math compared to current standards, I'm not entirely sure. But I once was. What'd you have for a project? Down. I just barely landed in that. Holy heck, that was scary. Did that destroy my thing? It did not. That was terrifying. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Oh, that sort of concept. Interesting. Lexi, please stop riffing. I'm trying to figure out how to not die while I do this. I know the concept. I'm just trying to process, and I'm trying to remember what the process was for solving it, because I'm not going to give you answers. I'm trying to remember how to talk about the process for solving it in a way that helps answer the question. Ah! God damn it. Are you kidding me? All that and I died. I hate that. I was level 30. I'm upset. That was level 30. Yeah, that's a bruh. I'm blaming you. Not really. Math does not get you killed. Math does not get you killed. At least I have a pretty direct route back. Using math to do something illegal might get you arrested or killed, yes. But math in general does not get you killed, no. I'll get my stuff back. I'll just have a lot less levels than I had, which kind of sucks. I ran out of food, that's why it was a problem. I don't know, people are wonky. You could use math to figure out how to rob a bank or something, I don't know. To be technical, not using math is a crime, considering not doing your taxes and stuff like that is a crime, so. Yep, you answered 1 + 1 incorrectly and got arrested. I'll ensure that happens. I am the law. Although, screw cops. So. I am not a cop, I am just a law. There's a difference. What was the problem you have to solve? My brain's very distracted. The hell? I'm very upset. That's 7 levels now instead of 30. I was close to landing that water too, even though it wasn't gonna be that helpful. Hey, there's some redstone. Let's do torches, sword, axe, pickaxe. I don't have food. Let's get a water bucket. Let's put this in there. Alright, how do I get back up to my bridge? I have to go up this way, I think. You can call me Jax like you have been, or just about anything, I don't mind. Get me up here. How do I get out of here? Parkour. Parkour. Hardcore parkour. Ow. Hardcore parkour. I can use my water bucket to make this a little easier, I thought, but evidently not. No believe universe, that's what you're gonna call me because I didn't want to sing. There's a skelly down there. Fair enough, fair enough. I did say anything, so I will stick with my anything statement. The universe is definitely not telling me to sing, I promise you that. She did bark, but she also barks every 2 seconds, if you know. If you lived with her, you would know. She barks at everything every 2 seconds. She's asleep, so she will not bark for you again. This time, at least. She's taking her nap. I need to get down here, and I don't know how to do this in the most efficient way possible, because this is not efficient. Yes, you went from anger to guess what, so what? Fair enough. I should have expected that. I need my bucket of water back. This is a very rickety system, but it's gonna work. Yes, oldest trick in the book, whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to believe. That skelly is gonna snipe me. How do I get at this stupid skelly? Really? Really? I am low. I'm gonna have to like build up underneath this goddamn thing and kill it somehow. Because I have no food and I am extremely low. And this thing keeps going after me. Ha! Ow! Great, now I'm on 2 hearts with no food in a cave. Gotta love that. Oh look, food from the gods. I'm literally going to make an actual furnace and cook it. Because I have no food. And I need food. Wait, food from the gods. And now we are dying. Seriously? Good God. Hi again. A bucket of water. Yeah, I say water. Hi, hello. Hi. Are you just gonna keep saying hi and hello? Hey. How many variations can you figure out? I need to go find some food on the surface. Heyo gives me PTSD. There's a baby pig, that's not food. You're gonna figure out as many things as you can. I think your sleep deprivation is kicking in. That is one hell of a lot of zombies that I do not want to fight. I'm going home, I'm going home, I'm going home. I did kill the pig and the sheep. I am a murderer today. Tomorrow I will be normal. Today I am a murderer. Thanks for the boost. Got a blast. Somebody call 911. That's an old song. Super old, but that's an old song. Shut up. You started the song. It's an old song. Was that such an accomplishment? Biggest accomplishment of your night was that you made a random Twitch streamer sing. 10 out of 10. Oh shoot. No. No. I lost my good fishing rod. My good fishing rod isn't in my inventory, and that was in my inventory. No. Damn it. Well, good thing I have another one that's similar, just not mending. It probably despawned because of the fact that I was over there that long, and I didn't realize that I was missing it, so I didn't look for it. That sucks. That was a good fishing rod. I am not going to sing it again. No. That was a good fishing rod too. That was not a mending fishing rod. It's the only thing that was good about it was the mending. It was also Curse of Vanishing, but you know. No, I'm not going to sing again. Especially not that song. That is a very old, very cringe song. I know, it's the end of the world. You're not gonna get me on it. I wish I could just play music in the background, but I think Twitch probably has copyright strikes, doesn't it? You're cute, but no, it's not happening. That's not why I sing it. That will not fix the issue. I will not sing background noise for the entirety of a stream. You're not going to make me sing it, so I don't know. I guess you just lose out on it. Why is this fertilized? That one's fertilized too. Oh, because they haven't grown anything on it to make it not fertilized, that's why. You have a plan, huh? Why do I have a feeling the plan isn't going to succeed? I have a song stuck in my head. Yeah, I don't think the blackmail will work. Plus, my partner hears me sing a lot, and he's probably quite tired of it. So he knows I sing. And he doesn't have very much control over me either, so. Hi, welcome back again. I'm currently being told to sing. Relentlessly. By our lovely friend Eric's. Not Eric's, you're Eric's. My brain. Hello, Eric's, is what I meant to say. I'm being blackmailed or attempted to be blackmailed into singing. Yes, I know. That's what my brain was saying, and then my brain got confused. I promise. No. I was trying to say hi, Eric, and then my brain did not work. It was supposed to be like a comma of like, by our lovely friend Eric's. But you do need sleep, but I'm not gonna sing just for you to sleep. You are old enough to go to sleep. I don't need to sing you to sleep. I am not your parent. I am not responsible for your sleep schedule. I am not singing everyone to sleep today. It's not gonna happen. Yes, the cow died. I have had to kill animals because I am running low on food. And I died again. Lost a good fishing rod. I fell off of a place because, yeah, I was, not paying attention fully when I was trying to create a railroad system, and I fell off of it. So I died. Yeah, died because of making a roller coaster. It's a dangerous job out here. And it's over there. I still have to add the rails, but I got the framework down for it so I can get it going at some point. I just didn't want to go back over and start that. We finished the platform as well, so that's finally done. Goodness gracious, I'm tired. It's the middle of the day for me, and I'm the one that's tired. Not a long day, I'm just quite often tired, and I don't sleep very much. But we finished the platform. This is the platform. All done. Now I can build on it at some point. Why is there one lone llama? Llama. Now you both are on this. Ay ay ay. Llama. Mila the llama. Hello, llama. Hello? Look at me. Oh my god, the nose of it looks like another face. The nose of the llama looks like another face. Why do I need to sing? Why is this a thing? It's a tradition now. We've started a tradition. Technically, I sang Pokemon earlier. To be fair. Technically. So technically, I did sing 2 lines. Yeah, he was talking about Pokemon, singing the first line of Pokemon. It does count, because that's what started your whole, you need to sing now, tyrant. Ay, ay, ay. You guys are insufferable today. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No proof of event. Alright. Not like this entire stream is recorded or anything, and will be up on the channel afterwards or anything. Guilty until proven innocent. Isn't the justice system supposed to be the other way around? I think the justice system is supposed to be the other way around on that. I'm the one with objections here. Y'all be forcing me to sing. And failing at that. Mm-hmm. Whatever you say, whatever you say. I guarantee you I'm older than both of you. So I don't think you guys get to make the rules, but I'm letting you make the rules for now. I am 20 actually, but I haven't fixed everything. I turned 20 on Saturday. Yeah, you're right. I did. I turned 20 on Saturday, October 8th. I have an October birthday. It was quite a boring and very long day. I severely, I don't think you guys win. Now we have arguing among the viewers. Never ends. This is the fight that never ends. Hopefully this will get me some better XP. Also, I did not kill Jenny or Jerapig. They both despawned. I need food and XP. I died. I need it. I am sorry. I know. I am sorry. This is not a vegan stream. I apologize. It's not his family. His family moved away. They despawned and his family moved away. His family could not deal with the trauma of the sheep eating him. Ay, 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 guys. I do not remember the sheep's name. I murdered it though. I have a very bad memory. Do I remember? It could have been nameless, correct? I don't know. I know that went around a while online, but yeah. In all realness, my memory is atrocious. I cannot remember yesterday, I cannot remember last week. I know that, no, I know the jam, it's the, do you remember? Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I know the beat of it. Yeah, I know it. You were so happy with that. You're gonna count that as sleeping, as singing. Fair enough. You need sleep. Go to sleep. Get some rest. It's like 3 a.m. Good night. Sleep well. See you again soonish. Hopefully not at 3 a.m. for you again. Take care. Not 3 a.m. I'm tempted to take this hill out of the picture, but I need to stop taking more hills down. I've taken enough hills out of the picture. I was going to get off early to sleep, to read, not to sleep, but I did not. And now I don't have much time to read if I get off. Oh well. I'm not sure I have to start another book. I have a reading goal for the year, so I've been trying to read books when I can. I believe I've read about 40 books this year. 40-something books this year. I have enough to finish my reading goal on my bookshelf upstairs. I just haven't gotten that far. I actually just finally collected all of the Twilight books. That was interesting. My library's been getting rid of a lot of discards for free or for very cheap, so I've gotten a lot more books for my bookshelves in the last few weeks. Probably something fantasy, I'm thinking. I think the last couple books I read were just plain, like, fiction books, and I'm a little tired of them. Probably go back to the fantasy books that I have. I have my bookshelf separated into, like, general fiction and then fantasy, because that's generally the two big genres that I have. And then I have each genre organized by color of the spine, from red to purple, and then black, white, black, gray, and white, all in order. Because my bed frame is a bunch of shelves that I've turned into my bookshelves. So I have a lot of books organized there, but I could start on a series. I just don't know if I want to start on a series. There's a fantasy-ish series that I have called The Immortals that I grabbed it for the first few of. Well, I found one of them from the discards, and then I went to to the local book exchange to find the other few for the first, like, 4 books of the series or so. I think it has 6 books total, and I now have all 4 of the first ones. I could start that. I believe that's roughly a fantasy series, and that might keep me, oh geez, and that might keep me reading because of the fact that it's a series and I'd want to keep reading it. I'm not sure. The series I really want to complete, I haven't gotten the books for yet. It's another fantasy-esque series, also based around Immortals, and I ordered the other 2 books to it. It's a trilogy, and they're all like about 500 pages each. I ordered the other 2 books of it off a book reselling site called Pongo Books, and the seller still has not shipped them out, and it's been 4 days since I ordered them, so I'm a little upset, but I get people have life and stuff, so I'm just kind of hoping that they ship semi soon. But those I really want to read, because I want to know what happens with that series, since I finished the first one already before I realized that it was a series. And that's the only disadvantage to getting a bunch of books from like library discards and stuff, because I do get them really cheap and it's really nice to add to my collection, but then you realize like after you finish the book that it's either the middle of or the beginning of a series and you didn't know that, so it's hard to hunt down the rest of the series. Ooh, that's awesome, actually. I need to reread those really badly, because I never originally finished the series in order, and I also, like, absolutely adore everything Rick Riordan. I only own a couple of those books, though, and I don't really want to go back to my library for them. The reason I haven't started rereading it is because he's still working on the world of the Percy Jackson series. He made that so expansive. The last time I started to reread those, he was just barely starting the books of the Trials of Apollo, and now he has, what, like 5 of those out? I'm pretty sure there's at least 15 books that are just Percy Jackson world based. And even his other series tie into it, like there's mentions of it in the Egyptian trilogy. There's a tie-in into the Norse trilogy that I noticed when I read that. The Norse trilogy is really good. The Magnus Chase books. Those are really good, and they actually tie into the Percy Jackson world a little as well. And then there's like at least 5 of the original Percy Jackson. There's 5 or so of the Heroes of Olympus. 5 of the Trials of Apollo, which are all Percy Jackson world related. I love his writing. He's a really good author. I absolutely adore everything. I will one day own most of them, but I haven't found most of them. I did find a few from the library discards, but they're pretty popular, so they didn't have and most of the discards weren't organized, so I couldn't actually find all of the like organized series and stuff. I can get them from the local bookstore for about $4 a piece, so I could get most of them pretty cheap, but I just don't usually have the extra money to spend on more books, because I spend a lot of money on books. Fair enough. Yeah, I was always a library kid, so I never really owned them at any time. I should own all 5 of the Kane Chronicles somewhere, although I think I loaned them to my little brother that wanted to read them, and I haven't had them back since, so he might still have them somewhere. I did used to own the Kane Chronicles series, but as far as actually reading the other books, I read them out of libraries as a kid, so I never really had them. I love libraries, but I haven't been in one in a while, because COVID got my ability to return them all messed up, and then I owed money to them because of it, and it was a whole mess. I hate those dudes. Now I have to drink some milk. Hopefully I can find a cow before I cause a raid on the damn village on the other side. Public libraries are amazing. They were one of my favorite places growing up, for sure. I used to go a lot. But I haven't been to one in a very long time. Or, not a very long time. I haven't been to one in about half a year to a year. The local one for my town that I live in now, I haven't been in at all. I was going to the town that I lived in before now, still, because I preferred that library. But yeah. Yeah, those pillagers are going to be an issue. That's like the 3rd round of pillagers that have spawned there, and I'm going to have a hand-built village right next door. And I really don't want to have raids on it all the time, so that's going to be a little annoying. need to find a cow to get some milk to get rid of this bad omen. I need a cow. Cow. Thank you for your milk. But yeah, I do have to make it to the local... Oh, that's a pretty horse that I don't have yet. I can't keep collecting horses. I need to name the ones I have. I do have to make it to the local library at some point, but I'm, for now, kind of focusing on the books that I own, since I own so many for the moment being. I know I have too much temptation. I have 14 horses, and I just, every time I see another one, I'm like, I want it, and that's not a good idea. But horses. Black sheep. Nixie, come here. He tried really hard. I felt bad. I had to like chase him under the tree to get him. Nixie, come here, babies. Where are you? She's getting into stuff, that's why I mentioned her. She's out of sight and I hear her sniffing around. Nixie, come here. Puppy dog. If I talk to you nice enough, will you come here? Probably not. She only listens when I talk sternly, and I don't like talking sternly. Nixie, come here. Puppy dog. Come here, puppy dog. You paused. I know you hear me. You paused your snuffling. I know you can hear me. You're just ignoring me. Let's make a couple smokers so that we can do all of this food cooking a lot faster. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of... I murdered a lot of animals on accident. Well, on purpose, but I didn't realize how many I was killing. Yeah, Twitch has weird emojis. Alright, let's let that cook. Nixie, come here, please. Puppy dog. Come here, puppy. Hey, come here. Come here. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's the matter? What's the matter? I know. I will in a minute, honey. I know. She knows it's pretty close to when she can go out. That's why she's hovering. Oh, it's a baby cow. Look at the little baby horns. Baby cow. I'm not gonna kill it. I won't kill a baby. It's a baby cow. You can't milk baby cows, can you? You can't. It's a baby cow. It's little baby stomps. It's doing little baby stomps. I'm not gonna feed the baby cow beef. That's just cruelty. Here, baby cow, eat your relatives. Oh my goodness. Hello. Why are you hovering around me? When all of the food finishes cooking, I probably will put it away and get off because I have to let her out and probably pick out a book to read and start getting ready to work later and all kinds of stuff. It's a busy day today. Mainly because I have a crap ton of work to get done, more so than anything else. But let's let the food finish cooking. We got back up to level 18 at least. That's not awful. I'm really mad that I lost all those levels though. I was level 30 when I died. It's alright. I will be streaming tomorrow for sure, since I usually stream on Wednesdays. I probably won't be streaming as long as I did today, just because of the fact that I do want to get some reading done and stuff, but I will be streaming tomorrow. There we go, we got a bunch more food, we got a little bit better XP, and yeah. The biggest accomplishment is that platform's done, which is really nice to have finally finished. But, yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow, probably about 1 o'clock my time, maybe 2 o'clock my time, so I can do a shorter stream. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you then. Bye!